Hey guys, welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sharing with you a quick look at my Teen Mom survival kit. Let's get started. So like the intro and the thumbnail obviously says, I'm sharing you just a bit of a kit that I put together for my sanity and helping to take care of 11 little people as they learn the fundamentals of T-ball. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of chaos going on. There are multiple adults telling them what to do. Not just the coaches and the Teen Mom, but oftentimes parents can get into the mix as well. So it can be confusing for little people, and it can even be overwhelming and a little bit scary. So to help them and to help myself with a more smooth practice and particularly game routine, I created a little box for myself. You can see it here. We're the A's this year. And it just says A's T-ball Teen Mom. I could have gotten cute with it with like my cricket and stuff, but I just didn't feel it necessary or even really just feel up to doing that. I already made them their bins with their cricket, with their names cut out and their numbers, and then our emblem as well. Let me go ahead and get into what I have in here and why I have it. So this one's kind of obvious. This is obviously a box of tissues, and for obvious reasons. As of right now, especially in the evenings when we practice, runny noses are still a thing, or even like, you know, drool, mess, whatever. But tissues come in handy, period, when you're around children. Along with tissue, I've talked about this next item for my own kids. I will probably continue to use this item well into my kids' adolescence, just because they come in handy. I have called them the MacGyver of the mom world, and that is baby wipes. Now, clearly my children are potty trained. I don't use them for their intended use, but they're great for cleaning dirty hands, dirty faces. Sometimes snacks get messy. Sometimes they come to me a little bit messy, which, you know, it's fine by me. Sometimes they spill Gatorade or whatever, and I don't want the dugout to be a mess. These just come in handy for all of that, cleaning hands, faces, surfaces. They're just really great to have, whether you're a teen mom or just a regular mom. Highly recommend those. The next thing I have in here is, of course, hand sanitizer. I tend to use this one by Baby Organics. It's alcohol free. I tend to use this on the kids and this one for myself. That way, if they have a cut or anything on their hands, they're not like, oh, it's stinging, you know what I mean? I like this one because it's a foam, if you can see. So it feels a little bit more soapy, but it doesn't sting. It's very mild. It doesn't have a real strong scent the way alcohol ones do. And like I said, it's just a little bit safer for the little ones in case they have a little tiny cut or something. That way the alcohol doesn't burn them. But for me, I can kind of hang with that. And I definitely want to have clean hands. I'm dealing with a lot of kids. We've already had a couple of kids miss practices because they were under the weather. And this is something that I recommend you have. Pandemic or no, you need to have clean hands, because if one kid gets sick, usually at least one or two others are going to get sick. So it's good to have. The next thing I have is sunscreen. End of season for us is going to be in late May. It's going to be in the 90s easily where I live. And I have some very pale kiddos on my team, and I just like to get the baby sunscreen in a higher SPF. This is SPF 50, just to offer a little bit more protection, a little bit of gentle protection. I don't want them rubbing it into their eyes or anything, but if they get any on their face and it kind of melts because they're sweating, I don't have to worry about the stings so much if it gets into their eyes using the baby. In case I have a little one who came without it, or they're, you know, we're playing a long game and they're getting a little bit toasty, I can apply some. So I like to have sunscreen here. One of my kids takes after me. He doesn't burn too easily, but he will, you know, we all, like you can see now, we were at opening day. I'm much more tan than I was in my last video. He tends to take after me. We will burn, but we're going to tan first. My youngest sunburns like his dad almost immediately. To borrow from Fraser, 10 minutes in the sun and they sear like an ahi tuna, and I am not kidding. They just burn. So what are you going to do? I always have a pen in here in case parents need to write something down or I need to write something down. Quick changes. One of our coaches, when the kids get a team ball, I don't know what he writes, but he writes something on the ball, and sometimes he needs a pen. So I have that. The next thing I have, this is just a little medical kit that I got. We were in Anaheim doing their Halloween walk, and it has BandAids, antiseptic wipes, things like that. So I have that in there. I also have a big pack of BandAids that I picked up at Wally World really quickly, along with triple antibiotic ointment. Sometimes the kids fall, they get little scrapes and stuff like that. The ointment will obviously keep anything from getting infected. It kind of covers the wound, so it soothes it a little bit. And in my experience, BandAids make boo-boos 100 times more easy to swallow. Once the kid gets a BandAid, they usually can pick up where they left off. So I always have those. I have disinfectant wipes. Some of our team has to share equipment. They don't all have, everybody has their own gloves, obviously, but not everybody has their own helmet. Not everybody has their own bat. And I just try to keep things a little bit clean. This is something that I would do no matter, again, pandemic or not, just because kids spread germs so easily. And honestly, if I can keep my team from getting any sicker than they have to, I'm going to do it. So I like to have disinfectant wipes with me. Are your kids listening to We Don't Talk About Bruno like mine are? Okay, the next thing that I have with me is a magic marker. This is just like a random Staples one. It really doesn't matter what brand you get or even what color. If any of the littles come in with a disposable water bottle or Gatorade bottle, I always like to put their name on it, because oftentimes they will leave it on the bench and it'll get mixed up and they don't know which is which. So if I see them coming in with that, when they put their gear in their bins, I automatically put their name on it, so there's no doubt whose it belongs to. This one's for me. It's just a little hand lotion. This is just a random one. You can see it says MGM Resort on there. It's just one of those hotel little samples that you get when you stay in the casino, or, well, really any American hotel. We always take the lotions and I will put them in my purse or whatever, but my hands run dry. I'm washing them a lot. I'm putting a lot of hand sanitizer and whatnot. As I'm touching other people's gear, I like to clean my hands. Or if I'm wiping a nose, obviously I'm going to clean my hands afterward and they get dry, so I have a little lotion for me. And then the last thing I like to have on here is little non-messy snacks. Goldfish, fruit snacks, where if we're at bat, we can have, obviously only one person is at bat and then somebody's on deck. So I have a slew of kids kind of sitting around doing nothing. They get bored, they get into trouble, they're going to start climbing the chain link. That's just what they do. So I will open up a pack and give them each a little fruit snack as I go down the line. Obviously, I'm cleaning my hands before I'm doing that, but I like to have some sort of little snack in there, particularly for my very, very little ones, for my 4-year-olds. They just don't have the capacity to sit still without something to do for very long. Some of them have kind of separation anxiety from their parents. I'm a new person to them, and I want to get them comfortable and just kind of entertained until it's their turn to go to the plate. So I like to have stuff like this. And again, I would steer clear of like chocolate or anything like that. Goldfish is great because they're dry. They're not really messy. It's not like a Cheeto where it has powder or anything like that. And they're really small. You can just put one in each hand as you go along. Fruit stacks, unless it's really, really hot, they're really great as well for being a non-messy snack. And the vast majority of children will eat either one of those. Oh, I forgot to add really quickly because I had to put a new one in. I also like to bring just a little disposable bag, like from the grocery store, as a trash bag for any wrappers, any tissue or wipes and stuff. That way the field stays clean. Or sometimes kids come with their own snacks. And they just kind of leave things there uneducated in. So I like to have a trash can. Even if there's trash already in the dugout, you never know who's going to use it when you're at the park. Sometimes you go in and there's stuff in there that you don't want in there. You know, some kid will leave a water bottle or whatever. So I just want to be able to throw it away. So I like to have a little trash bag in there as well. That about wraps it up for my Team Mom survival bin. I keep this with me in the dugout, under the bench, and pull stuff out as needed. and it has really cut down on stress, and it keeps me organized, and it keeps our team running smoothly. So if you are in the team mom zone, I highly recommend you have one. Obviously, if you're a veteran and have been doing it a while, you probably already have something very similar. But if you're new and you're kind of like, what do I do? Definitely consider building a little box of your own that works for you. It doesn't have to be exactly what I have in mine, although I highly recommend the baby wipes and the hand sanitizer, if nothing else. I have done Team Mom maybe like 4 or 5 times. This is my first time with my youngest playing t-ball. Before that, he was in soccer. I enjoy this age. It's really a lot of fun. There's not a whole lot of pressure on the kids. I don't know, it's just really cool to teach them a new skill and see them blossoming and stuff like that. I really enjoy this age. And if you are a teen mom, kudos to you for volunteering. It is not easy. It is time consuming. A lot of schedules have to get shifted around. For instance, my husband is the manager, and then we have another coach that helps out when my husband isn't here, because my husband can only make weekend practices and games. He's at work the rest of the time. And him helping out is wonderful, but even he's not able to make it every time, so the coaching will fall to me, or sometimes practice falls to me, and I have 11 kids all on my own, and it's really, really difficult. But there has been a couple of parents and even an aunt who has stepped up and helped me wrangle these kids and get them where they need to be. So again, if you are somebody who is volunteering your time, my hat's off to you. It's a lot of work. It's very tiring, but it's insanely rewarding, and I love our team this year. I don't have any standout crazy kids. 1 year with my oldest, I had one child who was a definite challenge, but this year has been great so far. I know it's early in the season, but they've been doing really good. And I'm just eager to see how they advance, well, not advance, because at this age, you know what I mean, they're not even, I know I said fundamentals at the beginning of the video, they're not even learning fundamentals. They're really just learning routine, getting an introduction, and getting used to like, oh, I need to put on my glove and it goes on this hand. You know, they're just getting the basics right now, and mainly they're out there having fun, and they are. I mean, they run around, they don't care where they're going. Sometimes they'll run to third base instead of first and what have you, and it's really cute and adorable. It's a lot of fun. But I just wanted to say, if you are team momming for the very first time, hats off to you. Have fun with it. Don't stress, but also stay organized. It will actually help you not to stress, as it always does. Anyhow, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye for now, and happy volunteering.